Okay, we are here to do the Turkish coffee cup reading. So those of you who don't know, there is another video I've done. It's basically giving you an update of the process of doing it. This may become a regular thing when the cup is a little bit more wet. But I made a coffee and I tuned into the energy. When you're looking outside of yourself, the surrounding areas, you turn the cup away from yourself. When you are asking a question connected to your life, it's a bit like meditation. You're meditating while you're drinking the coffee. After drinking it, you come to the very end and you turn it towards you and you let it settle, and then you tip it off the side for a bit to dry. You can read the inside and the outside of the cup. So there's two things coming. There's two ways you can read it. So you can read the surrounding energy, the internal energy. The higher up in the cup it is, it means it's closer. The closer to this point, it means it's now. High. And then you can also read the underneath. So I've basically tuned into the energy. The interesting that I had in a psychic download this morning was kookaburras. Now, you can't make it up. I mean, what we're dealing with at the moment with the Cancer-Capricorn energy, two kookaburras this morning, and I'll try and put them in the photo and show you. And I was like, okay, what's kookaburra totem? Research kookaburra totem and see how relevant it is to the transit right now. A lot of what we are dealing with is family-related dynamics with the Cancer energy. We need to talk soon, Stella. Also, another thing that came through with the kookaburras were you can't pick your family, right? That's the reality. You have your tribal family and you have your soul family. You've got your DNA family. And definitely it's coming through with the kookaburra totem was almost the conflict that we potentially could be experiencing. But also whether we are selling ourselves short due to family dynamics. So we've got the Cancer energy. Venus is then moving into Cancer and it's amping up towards the Capricorn frequency. So all these things are leading up to a point, okay? Go and read it. I'll try and get the article and place it in the community tab because I feel, psychically speaking, it's very relevant to the here and now. I do feel it's an assessment state we're going through. Spirituality. Yes, you can have understanding and compassion. Can you take that with you? You can belong to, but not be owned by. Do you know what I mean? So it's the balance of those factors that we're looking at. Okay. I think in a sense, it looks like a thermometer on the outside. I'm going to have to really, and it's very poor lighting. So it's like a see if I can close this, and it might help. And again, I don't look so flush, but that's because I'm being too busy. So there is a thermometer, right? Potentially moving forward, it's like there's a heating up of energy. There's energy coming through that could be boiling your blood pressure, could be cheesing you off a little bit, making you cross. And this is on the outside. So this is from people around you. These are situations occurring around you. I do feel as though you have a road in mind. So you've got a way you think something should go. And this is the road on the outside of the cup. Now, we usually read the outside of the cup at the end, but it doesn't matter how we read it. This is an example at the moment. So when a road goes from the top to the bottom all the way down, it means your path is open, very Mercury orientated. Because Mercury is connected to travel as well. Transport, travel, technology, communication. The road to a degree, in a sense, with is kind of blocked. It's not completely completed. So it's not, although maybe in the midst of a plan, you can see the blockages on the path because there's something that's going to stop that. And you do mention in astrology at the moment that what we think is going to be this month is going to change by the end of the month. So don't hold too tightly onto that notion because things are going to change. The way you thought you were going to go, it's not going to be so. It's going to change. And it's the need for that flexibility in this transit. On the inside of the cup, I'll just give you a quick squeeze. Okay. It's looking as though there's a lot going on around you. There's a lot of people, there could be, although Mercury's retrograde, it feels like a lot of petty tasks, a lot of finalization of things. It can be paperwork. It can be conversations on the phone, blocks in the road. Being more social but really not having the time to, people's needs, expectations, people in general, but I feel this is family related, tribe related. There also is a mountain in the background. It's like feeling like, you know, some of these tasks you're trying to tackle are like climbing up a mountain. But the funny thing is, it's quite, you're trying to be as grounded as possible. Some things underneath the ground are old things coming up. And the only thing I can think of is thriller. It's like things being resurrected to actually directly deal with. Sometimes I take a bit to tune because it's showing me different things. As much as love is on the mind, love is really at the moment on the back burner. But it's only so that these situations can tie up. It's not boding, the first week isn't feeling super romantic. There can be a feminine energy that rears her head. Now, it looks like a volcano, and I don't know if you can see. It's like a volcano, and there is a woman's head coming out, and it's not looking too happy. This may be a person who is older, and this person could also be wearing glasses. Again, it could be a grandparent, a mother, a karmic, headmaster. There's areas connected to tribe mentality of an authority figure that can be coming up that is assessing a situation. Could even be a judge the person's coming through with as such. And it's all these things directly being addressed connected to this mountain. But she's seeing above and beyond the point. So she's taking the most neutral way of looking at it. It's almost like she's looking at the 5D reality. But she's like, okay, I'm detached from this scenario. I'm the middle person. I'm going to make a judgment. She feels almost like she's operating. And again, it doesn't have to be a she. Look at the Justice card. It's a feminine energy, okay? So, and of course, the Cancer energy is, a feminine occult energy, and it can be either sex, but it's the psyche, the feminine frequency, the intuition. This person, however they're operating in 5D realms. So they're assessing it. It can be a judge, it can be an educator, it can be an external person, a mediator, could be a friend. However this is going, this person is going to make the final judgment, but they're observing this. Some things have been brought to light. Some things have been brought to people's attention. Now, this can be from people, places, and things, and this transit's bringing that. So whether it be Saturn directly or the Justice card directly making a decision on your behalf as a universe, a decision is going to be made due to the burdens that you've been handling. It's going to feel really quiet at some point. And you're going to feel there's a person standing here, and it's interesting because they're wearing all black, and it feels really European, but I'm not on this at all. I don't know if you can see the person here. I'll show you. Okay. In here, I've got to get the angle right. There is a person leaning, no, vice versa. Okay, there. So it's a feminine energy, and they're back against a wall, but they're the burdens. Because when we see big clumps at the top of the cup, it's worry. And it's not at the bottom of the cup, it's at the top. It's coming to the surface, and that's not good. It's shit coming up, okay? So things are coming up. The things that are coming up, look at the woman that's holding this. She's like, I've got my back up against a wall. I literally have so much. When it's warm, it tastes like chocolate. It's great, okay? But when it's dry, it just tastes like, what did she call it? Liquid bark. Yeah, it's not. I like Turkish coffee. But these worries are going to come up to the surface to be purged, to be released. It's like anything that's been pushed to the side. Because look, most of the cup is clear. And this woman is holding the situation back. Now, it's interesting because underneath the worry, it looks like a child underneath the worry, which is the least of the problems, but it could be an immature person, not directly dealing with these conflicts. I'll answer some questions in a minute. I've just got to tune in. So it could be family and child-related dynamics, and it's all coming to the surface. Now, it's weird because there is a person here acting like the devil card, and it's like they have a rope over the child. Now, it's going to be really hard for me to show you this, but I'm going to do my best. And it depends on the lighting, so I'll try and take it like this. Now, here, if you can look really closely, there is a child. I'm going to try and get it on the correct angle. Okay. Can you see the baby's face? Sort of there. But there is a man here with a fishing rod going over the child, but it more looks like a whip. And to me, it denotes the devil card. You know, of really the control over these family-related dynamics has a toxic environment connected to it. And nodes are in Cancer, and family-related dynamics are coming up. And I'll really have to read you the Kookaburra totem. I mean, I was profoundly shocked because you kind of need to look at it in two ways with these family-related dynamics coming up. Tribe mentality, who you connect in with, what we're doing with those things, and how we can actually look at it. Is it going to bode well or isn't it? You know, and the conflict that's coming up, it could be with siblings, with your partner, with family members. It's trigger points, yes, but it's showing you what is and what isn't balanced, regardless of you being connected to them, and what are you going to do about it? Is there a balance of fairness in these situations? Can you, in that dynamic, if it's not 50-50, even if you're accepting it's 70 and you're below, it's your choice then if you do that. But is it out of balance? Are situations out of balance? Yes, you can be connected, but you don't need to be taken down. But it depends on where you feel spiritually you're at in that paradigm. But it's very... There's an ant on the outside of the cup, and it's interesting because it's right near this judgment, this judge. So there's the judge, and her head's coming through the mountain at the very top. And unless I can really take a photo and show you, it's hard. But there's a woman here, and her head's at the top. So it's like the 5D. There's the mountain. You know, there were worries further back. On the outside, there's an ant that's upside down. Okay. Now, this ants work for the Queen. And it's interesting because what did I say? The judge is acting like the, you know, the Libran card, balance. But the ant's holding on to one thing so tightly. The natural balance of things are off. Okay. And the road at hand ahead is going to be broken because something's out of balance. See, the ant, the judgment there, and that's where the ant is. And then there is the road, and it stops. So where the road stops, let's have a look on the inside. Where is it? It's the aftermath. So there's the delay, the pause, the meditation. But there's a lot of things coming up. You can see things. You're looking back and you know what's coming. Okay. A lot of you will be able to know what is coming. You are, although you're carrying a lot of burdens, because people are being preoccupied, potentially they don't even see what's coming, but it's going to affect the collective. Off to the right of you, there's still a cloud over the head, but there is a group of people gathering. Now, there could be, I'm just going to put this out there, and I'm not one to like to do predictions, but it could be that something's on the news. Something comes up on the news of a natural disaster. This can be a key point in time of when this scenario starts to transpire. I feel this will be in the next 2 weeks. There could be a gathering in relation to this. So it could be that there could be a natural disaster and there's a group gathering, but it feels tribe mentality. So it does feel as though, you know, it could be someone super famous passing away, something to that degree, and a group of people are coming together from all walks of life. It could be something to that degree, but it feels like around this time of all these burdens, because this is collective energy, you know, it could be, you know, jurisdiction systems changing. And again, with the Cancer-Capricorn nodes, with Pluto, Saturn, and Capricorn by 2020, January, February, March, this is really what it's about. You know, about the factors of, you know, I mean, I think they mentioned it 9/11. That happened around that transit time. Again, we're merging into that time frame. So big things of a creative nature or a demise nature for the resurrection can come about around these times between now and then. And you know, this transit for us, although we deem eclipses as a 6-month transit, this one's going to be 1 year. So the work we're doing and the transformations we're happening, and it's going to take a year to resolve and, you know, transform. You do have petty worries on the outside, like, but you're trying to move away, but there is some money coming towards you guys. So there's abundant situations coming from you even dealing with any of this BS, because it's going to go in your favor. At the moment, it's not quite equal. Look how it's split in the middle. It's like, you know, you're holding it. Look at the woman. She's holding it with her back. There's a big chunk you're carrying, and there's a little chunk someone else is carrying. It's taxing, okay? Some of you may actually hear that you're pregnant. You might hear news of pregnancy, but there's new ventures and ideas. A lot more ascension symptoms. It's interesting. All the things underneath the worry, I feel, are from different walks of life. I almost feel like whatever your plans are, it's like you feel like you've been holding these burdens so that you can directly get some of these dreams, and you feel they're being buried by all this drama. But they're coming to the surface. So for some of you, you may wish to get married. They're coming to the surface. For some of you, you wish to have children. It's coming to the surface. For some of you, you wish to connect with your spiritual senses. Lots of changes happening, but they're overshadowed at the moment with this dark energy. It's temporary. It is going to lift. Again, this could be, you know, when I say things in a cup, it can be time frames of what happens on the collective will indicate when these will start coming through. So some of you might hear about an earthquake or a volcanic explosion. There can then be simultaneously things, especially if it's in your higher consciousness and you go, oh, you know, that links to me. I listened to this video and then it happened. Watch the weeks after what actually starts happening, because some of your dreams can start coming through. And it's not to say, it's more time frame dates of what you see to give you an indication. And that's really what happens with your visions as well. So when you see your visions in your mind's eye and you have repetitious dreams, there's a difference between dreams and premonitions. When they start linking up and you see synchronistic things that you saw inside the dream, they can be connected to you've moved into that alignment for that to come through in a premonition sense. So they make interesting stories with you psychically to tell you a story, but what they're supposed to mean you won't know until after the fact. It's almost in code, so to speak. This worry is going to dissipate, and I'll do a touch-up read during the month, but at the moment, a change in direction, yes, is coming. Something may not be as financially abundant. Both parties or in general collectively, you're going to know what you are and aren't resonating with. You're going away from the storm. You're like, oh, I don't want any drama. I'm moving away from storms and dramas, and I'm aligning myself with the easier way of being. I don't feel this is a negative thing, but I do feel that it's going to be some judgments, major judgments made, and major changes made. Yeah, change in direction, really change in direction. Any questions? Any questions at all? So we've got Leo and Sag to do, and they will be finished today, even if it kills me. I have to go and do some paperwork, and I will be back. If I have, I'd prefer to do them live because I know you guys like to ask questions. I need to see my father and do some paperwork, so I'll be probably be in the evening. I will come back, providing Penny Little the world doesn't fall back down, but these will be completed. It actually does. Who was it the other day? Somebody made an iced coffee with it, with normal milk. It was a friend of my daughter's. And she goes, I thought it was Nescafe. And I went, no, it really does, yeah, work quite well. There you go, applied for a government job. Yes, at the moment, the third eye and the ascension symptoms, feminines are a bit off kilter. Yes. I hope you enjoyed it. You're in union with your divine feminine. Well, unless something's coming up, don't stress. I mean, because if you look at the astrology, it says there's breakups in the beginning of the month, and there's reconciliations mid-month. So, you know, providing you're as anchored and grounded, it'll more be, trust me, at the moment, a lot of what's going on, as much as we would like to look at counterpart energy, a lot of it is to do with our belief systems and a purging, getting into alignment. So there'll be some things happening on your side of the fence and some things happening on their side of the fence, and you're looking at, okay, it's pack mentality, you know, it's how can we merge when we're both different, yet we're so similar. Yet they have things on their side of the fence, you have things on your side of the fence, and it's attempting not to judge, but finding that middle ground, if that can work even. Because it's not that it's not love, it's this isn't fitting, how are we going to fit this? Cool. Yeah, the creative energy is good, you know, to actually shift your energy into something creative. I mean, I have had no choice but to be super busy and really dealing with a lot of old situations, you know, be it paperwork and telephone calls and errands, and then getting things done for the future, dealing with past tense scenarios. So it's been really, really busy. And you can't, but you've just got to do your best. You can't be everywhere at once. I mean, if I was to quit because of the time frame of the month, because I'm actually very strict with myself, I always have these videos well and truly before the month started. I mean, I'm telling you, about 10 videos before, I probably would have like tapped out, but I feel these energies are going to be relevant for you guys, so I'm giving them to you regardless of the time frame. I feel it's divinely guided. We've got Leo and Sag left, okay? So they're the only ones. I will do update readings. Anyone who watches a particular video and it gets more likes, more comments, I will do a bonus read for those of you who do that, be that a Turkish coffee cup reading or just an extended read in general. So get that done. But the twin flame updates, the energy updates will continue coming to you after I've done these last two videos. And then August will be as normal. I have had to reschedule two people, unfortunately, because my telephone app and my computer app were not working together. It doesn't make any sense to me because they changed the time frames of availability. So I've got myself in a pickle with all my things, and Stella's one poor lady that I've got to sort out. But yes, it's going to be sorted. Good old Mercury retrograde. I've literally got a list full of, I was calling the banks because they didn't send me my card, and then a government card that they were supposed to send me. I had to inquire about it. I waited like 3 weeks, then they didn't send it out. Then I had to inquire, they didn't send it out. It's turned up a month and a half later. I'm telling you, I've got a list long of paperwork that I've been on the phone, and it's like backtracking, Mercury retrograde. But we talked about this, and they're like, oh, we didn't do our side. I know, that's why I'm calling you again. Yes, because I promised you and I hold true to my promise. Okay, so I'm here. It's late. I'm bloody sorry. And look, usually the whole dynamic with the website is not an issue. Twin's got his kids moving in. I'm doing my best. I've just moved house. We're moving house, dealing with one house, dealing with the other, clientele, bookings, readings, astrology updates. I think I'm doing pretty good. I haven't got batshit crazy yet. Yeah, well, yes, and it doesn't have the side effects of normal coffee. You don't get the heart palpitations, but I've been drinking more water as well. Most welcome, Jenny. Look, when things do settle down, I'll have more life presence. It's just, and I think all of us are going through the same. So at least if you look at me with my crazy hair in the last video coming on, I'm still technically in my morning attire. I haven't had time, but I love you that much. I'm coming to you. You know, let's face it, it's not pretty, but we're here, okay? We're doing our best. I mean, you'd really worry if I was here with my weights in the morning going, hey, okay, we're here to do a reading. I could have been on the phone to the bank giving you guys a reading. My daughter will come in and interrupt like she did the other day. She'll be a YouTuber one day. Okay, I will talk to you guys soon. I will be back again. I'm going to quickly see my father because I haven't seen him for a month and he is unwell. So I will go and visit him and do my family Cancer eclipse energy, you know, for that situation, and I will be back. If you only knew, my daughter pinched my hairbrush, and because my hair's so long and children can get things in their hair these days, I had my own hairbrush, okay? I'm super careful. She pinched my hairbrush. I haven't brushed my hair. I need to brush my hair. All the sacrifices us women parents do. And I'm not saying men don't make sacrifices. Men make parents sacrifices, okay? Kids. That's okay, love. Enjoy the fireworks. It's good to tune into something beautiful and star-like. Love and light, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Sorry about the delay.